Alam ko kung saan dapat unang idulog ang panawagan ng bayan ng San Pedro ukol sa aming kapulisan. Ngunit ako ay hindi pinakinggan. So saan pa ba ako pupunta at hihingi ng tulong kung di sa mababang kapulungan? Bilang isang nanay, isang babae, katakot-takot ang mga pangyayaring ito. So nasaan na ang seguridad na siyang dapat maramdaman ng mamamayan ng tulong ng ating kapulisan? Hindi ko lubos maisip na sa loob mismo ng aming village ay mangyayari ang ganitong klaseng harassment at intimidation. Sino naman po ang nasa tamang kaisipan ang gagawa ng ganitong klase ng paglalabag at paggalang sa mga elected officials ng ating bayan? Dagdag pa rito, ipinakita ng mga kapulisan ang kanilang pagmamalabis nang sinubukan nilang arestuhin ang isang tao na nakapaglagak na ng piyansa. Dumating ang mahigit kumulang 30 policemen, armado ng malalakas na kalibre ng baril at SWAT equipments at kotse sa pangunguna na naman ng hepe ng pulis ng San Pedro. Mr. Chair, to our RD, did you receive the R7 report? Yes or no?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this inquiry? Thank you. Please take your seat.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. So we'll be allowing the proponent of the privilege speech that was delivered 2 weeks ago. So Congresswoman Ann Matibag, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. To the members of the committee and to the resource persons from the PNP, DILG, and other concerned agencies present here today, I come before you not only as a member of this Congress, but also most especially as a citizen of the Republic of the Philippines to express my utmost concern regarding the current situation in the 1st District of Laguna, City of San Pedro. I presented during my privileged speech at the Session Hall last May 6, 2024, the 4 instances where the breach of public trust was committed by the PNP San Pedro against our constituents. Hindi ako mapapagod na ulit-ulitin ang mga kalabisan na aking naranasan at nakita sa mahal kong bayan ng San Pedro. Kamakailan ay dumalo ako sa pagpupulong dito sa Committee on Public Order and Safety kung saan tinalakay ang Resolution number 1479 na isinusulong ni Deputy Speaker David J.J. Suarez at nasasaad dito ang panawagan ni D.S. Suarez upang siyasatin at imbestigahan ang violence, harassment, intimidation, and other criminal acts na nangyari bago, habang at matapos ang 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataang elections. Tulad ng tinalakay sa nakaraang committee hearing kaugnay ang mga pahayag ng PNP Lucena, maihahambing natin ang karanasan ng mga mamamayan ng Lucena sa mga hindi magagandang pangyayari na dinadanas rin sa San Pedro. Pruweba ang mga ito ng kakulangan sa isang matibay, matatag at pinalakas na pamumunuan ng PNP na siyang magtatanggol sa karapatan ng bawat mamamayan at hindi lamang ng para sa iilan. I present to you once again the 4 out of the numerous instances where the lapses of the PNP or its interpretation of its policy are strongly evident. First, during the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan election, on orders of the Chief of Police, some policemen tried to bring the ballot boxes from Adelina Elementary School to the City Hall instead of rightfully bringing it to San Pedro Elementary School, the COMELEC designated canvassing center. Sa katunayan, ang trabaho ng kapulisan noong nakaraang eleksyon ay hindi ang magdala o mag-deliver ng balota, ngunit ang magbigay ng security sa COMELEC at DepEd personnel. On a personal note, I myself experienced the arbitrary discretion of our Chief of Police during the GSIS Fiesta celebration. The COP pulled out and recalled the policemen on patrol duty in their area of responsibility who were providing security and crowd control during the said festivity. This is unbecoming, most especially as I, a congresswoman, was present and was acting on official duty and engagement with our constituents. Sa gitna ng karamihan ng tao at kung saan ako ay dumadalo bilang kinatawan ng Kongreso noong pa tinanggal ang patrolmen na siyang nagbabantay ng kasiguridad at kaayusan sa fiesta celebration. The third instance happened on December 15, 2023 during the scheduled ABC elections as instructed by the Liga ng mga Barangay National Chapter. Police officers armed with high-caliber firearms cordoned and locked the session hall of the Sangguniang Panlunsod of the city of San Pedro. This prohibited the entry of elected punong barangays from conducting their scheduled meeting where the election of the ABC officers will take place. Sino naman po ang nasa tamang kaisipan ang gagawa ng gantong klase ng paglalabag at paggalang sa mga elected officials ng ating bayan? Ang mga hinalal ng bayan ay hindi dapat pigilan sa kanilang magampanan ng kanilang tungkulin. Hindi makatarungan, hindi patas at hindi makatao. Dagdag pa rito, ipinakita ng mga kapulisan ang kanilang pagmamalabis nang sinubukan nilang arestuhin ang isang tao na nakapaglagak na ng piyansa. Dumating ang mahigit kumulang 30 policemen, armado ng malalakas na kalibre ng baril at SWAT equipments at kotse, kasama ang social media teams at city public information officers sa pangunguna na naman ng hepe ng pulis ng San Pedro. Sinubukan nilang takutin at arestuhin ang isang elected barangay kapitan sa katauhan ni Kapitan Eugenio Inion Jr. sa kabila ng kanyang pag-comply ng bail requirements. Isang injustice ang naganap sa harap ng tahanan ni Kapitan Inion. Nasaan ang katarungan? Sino nga ba ang pinagsisilbihan ng kapulisan ng San Pedro? Imbes na magbigay ng kapanatagan, ang ating kapulisan ng San Pedro City, ang liderato nito ay nagdudulot ng kaguluhan, pananakot at masamang imahe ng kapulisan sa mga nakakakita ng kanilang buktod na operasyon. In multiple occasions, we have relayed this information to the Regional Director and Provincial Director of the Philippine National Police. However, the lack of response, investigation, and action on these grave matters led me to this very day. Alam ko ang proseso. Alam ko kung saan dapat unang idulog ang panawagan ng bayan ng San Pedro ukol sa aming kapulisan. Ngunit ako ay hindi pinakinggan, so saan pa ba ako pupunta at hihingi ng tulong kung di sa mababang kapulungan? Kung saan ang bawat boses ay pakikinggan at bibigyan ng karampatang aksyon. Bilang isang nanay, isang babae, katakot-takot ang mga pangyayaring ito. So nasaan na ang seguridad na siyang dapat maramdaman ng mamayan ng tulong ng ating kapulisan? Hindi ko lubos maisip na sa loob mismo ng aming village ay mangyayari ang ganitong klaseng harassment at intimidation. Kaisa po ang representasyon nito sa panawagan na muling bisitahin ang Philippine National Police Act upang mabigyan ng tunay na kahulugan ang intensyon ng batas na ito para mabuwag ang private armies ng mga politiko. Ubusin ang mga tiwaling miyembro ng kapulisan at baguhin ang masamang imahe ng ating pambansang pulisya. Bilang kinatawan ng San Pedro sa Kongreso, lalo't higit bilang Lagunanay na ang tanging tungkulin ay tiyakin ng kapakanan, katiwasayan at kaligtasan ng bawat mamayan, nais kong magkaroon ng malinaw na pulisiya upang hindi na maulit ang mga pangyayari sa bayan ng San Pedro, sa bayan ng Lucena at sa bawat panig ng bansang Pilipinas. Nawa ay maging instrumento ang lahat ng ito upang ating makamtan ang kapayapaan patungo sa bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Congresswoman Ann Matibag. So kanina po parang may nadinig ako na no actions were taken by the Provincial Director and the Regional Director. You have submitted to them the complaints that
Yes, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
so can you reply on this, RD and PD? No action taken?
Your Honor, upon receipt of the letter of Congresswoman Matibag addressed to the Chief PNP, dinirect po kaagad natin yung R7 natin na mag-conduct ng investigation and also the Provincial Director, Your Honor.
So merong what happened to the investigation?
Nasa stage na po ng pre-charge, Your Honor.
Pre-charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So Congressman Matibag, you want to
Mr.
explore some
Chair,
questions?
following the direction from our RD, I believe RD na yung R7 ay meron ng recommendation para sa sitwasyong ito because alam niyo, Mr. Chair, and to the committee members, I've already tackled this with the former Chief PNP Acorda. So Chief PNP Acorda make an action about this situation, and actually we are aware that R7 already reported it to the regional director. However, upon that, is it correct, RD, that you received the recommendatory action of the R7?
Andito po yung R7 natin. Maybe he can enlighten us.
Okay, we'll be asking the R7 to take his seat. We are talking about here, Congressman Matibag.
But Mr. Chair,
yes.
I was asking RD if he was able to receive the recommendatory action submitted by the R7. So you could actually answer my question and not relay it to the R7 officer.
RD, please directly answer the query of Congresswoman Matibag.
Your Honor, there was a recommendation for pre-charge and I immediately approved for the conduct of pre-charge investigation, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, what do you mean by pre-charge?
RD, please explain.
Your Honor, a pre-charge investigation is the preliminary investigation or examination and evaluation of the complaint for the purpose of determining the existence or non-existence of probable cause, Your Honor.
So in other words, para sila piskal,
complaint, Your Honor.
Parang piskal.
Mr. Chair, to our RD, did you receive the R7 report? Yes or no? Yun lang muna, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Your Honor. The R7 that time recommended that a pre-charge investigation be initiated, which I immediately approved, Your Honor. Kaya nga po, ang sagot ko po kanina is ongoing po yung pre-charge investigation because I approved the recommendation of the R7.
Mr. Chair,
So in other words, if I may, Congresswoman Matibag. So are we talking about what issue? Yung issue nung you have like three issues that you mentioned in your privilege speech, correct, Congresswoman?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
The first issue is about yung sa yung reprimand of the security, no? Yun yung first. And second is issuance of the
warrant of arrest to the barangay
And the third,
kapitan. We have the what happened in
police
the Sangguniang.
resources. So are these are all the complaints that you have lodged to the regional director?
Yes, Mr.
All right.
Chair.
So go ahead, Congressman Matibag.
So is it not correct, Mr. Chair, to our RD that upon receiving the report from the R7, you submitted it to the police director?
No, Your Honor. Ibabalik po ito sa R7 para mag-conduct po sila ng pre-charge investigation, Your Honor. However, I also directed the provincial director to conduct their own investigation, Your Honor, because I have the provincial director who oversee yung mga chief of police, Your Honor.
So RD, Mr. Chair, so ang RD, hindi niya binigay sa PD. Kapag nung nasa RD na yung investigation from the R7. I just want to clear on that matter, Mr. Chair. Kumbaga, Mr. Chair, nahawakan ba ng PD yung recommendation ng R7?
No, Your Honor. Because it's the R7 who will conduct the pre-charge investigation, Your Honor,
Okay, so
at the regional level.
Mr. Chair, what is the status now of the pre-charge submitted by the R7?
Your Honor, the R7 is here to explain to us kung saan na po sila banda, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Chair, we can
Yes, sir.
hear it from the R7.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Acop, will you allow the interjection of Congressman Acop?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, go ahead, Congressman Acop.
may I request the R7 to brief us also when the time that they received the complaint and the time they started their investigation para makita natin yung time frame. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Good suggestion from Chairman Acop. R7, can you kindly tell us the whole story? The time element that was involved? And also, what's the status of the case already filed on your office? Please state your name and your
Sir,
Circumstances.
I'm Police Magistrate Mayuga Araha, the officer in charge of the Regional Investigation and Detective Management Division or the R7.
Police
po.
Mayuga?
Mayuga Araha po.
Mayuga Raha.
Apo, middle name po yung Mayuga, sir. Araha po yung...
Go ahead.
Sir, upon receipt po ng letter complaint po ni Sir Attorney Melvin Matibag on April 5, 2024, we conducted validation, sir. And that,
When did you receive out? April 5, 2024? Or
yung letter po, April 5, 2024, sir.
kailan mo siya na-receive?
Yun nga po, sir, April 5.
April 5 din. Okay.
Then, on April, after the conduct of validation, sir, on April 21, we submitted the result of our investigation and recommending the conduct of pre-charge investigation against personnel of San Pedro CCPS, and it was approved, sir, by our Sir Regional Director, sir. And the instruction, sir, of our Regional Director is to conduct pre-charge investigation, sir, against those personnel involved, sir. And as of now, sir, bali, sir, pina-explain po namin sila, sir. Then, tinaray namin, sir, na i-contact si Sir Attorney Matibag, sir, for him to lodge a formal complaint, sir, dahil siya po yung sumulat. Subalit, to lodge a complaint and para po mag-fill up po ng non-forum shopping form. And due to unavailability po ni Sir Matibag, sir, after several unavailable po siya. Kaya po ang action take po namin, sir, dahil nga po may time frame po kami, sir. Our office serve as a nominal complainant na, sir, para po dun sa complaint po ni Sir Attorney Matibag. And as of now, sir, the respondents answered or submitted their respective counter affidavit, sir, and respective counter affidavit, sir, last May 22, sir. May 26 pala, sir. The deadline po ng kanila pong submission po ng
Wait,
counter affidavit, sir.
Colonel Araha?
Yes, sir.
May 26 nag-submit ng counter affidavit. Sino? Sila, yung mga respondents?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you kindly give us the submitted counter affidavits? You haven't submitted yet to us yung mga copies na tawag ninyo because I don't have any
Mr.
details of
Chair.
anything.
I
Yes,
would also
Congresswoman,
like to
Matibag.
request the copy of the R7 report given by the R7 to the RD. And Mr. Chair, I want to ask the R7, what were the efforts made No, that you were able to contact or you could say that the attorney Melvin Matibag is unavailable from April 5 to May 26, 2028 at 2024.
I'm sorry, ma'am. From May 7 to April 15 po, ma'am, we sent a letter through his
Teka.
official
May
email
7
address.
to April 15. Mali yata yun, iho eh.
May 7, sir. May 7, May 8, sir. And a letter request through via LBC, sir, sa official address po ni Sir Matibag on May 15, sir.
April.
May,
You have
sir.
to- you
May
have to
7,
clarify
May 8, sir.
your words ha. Baka dyan kayo
Yes, yes, sir.
madali. So May 7, May 8, and May 15.
Yung po yung nag-reach out po kami, sir, kay Sir Attorney Matibag, sir.
I think sige, Congressman Paduano, andito siya na.
With the indulgence of Congressman Matibag. Anyway, yung first na pag-receive niyo ng complaint is April 5. Tama?
Yes, sir. April 5 po.
Pero nagpadala kayo ng is already May 7.
Bali, sir, yung next procedure po namin ginawa, sir, after receiving the letter from the DIDM, letter of Attorney Matibag, sir, is to conduct validation.
Huwag ka muna mag-explain
Yes, sir.
ng kung paano nyo ginawa. Ang tinatanong ko lang yung timeline.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, April 5.
Yes, sir, April 5.
The next communication was from your office. Kasi tinatanong ni Rep Matibag is what have you done or what is your effort?
Our effort, sir, we conducted validation on the complaint, sir.
Tinatanong ko nga timeline, mga validation naman sagot
Yes, sir,
mo.
yes, sir. May-
Ang sinasabi ko April 5. Okay, what have you done? Kasi yung next mo is May 7 na. That's almost a month.
Yes, sir.
Di ba?
Mr. Chair,
Okay,
para maliwanagan.
before okay na si Congressman ako please.
Yes, kasi ang proseso po nila, pag naka-receive ng letter complaint, it is subjected to validation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ganun po ang nangyayari. Now, from their validation, titignan kung may parang cause na mag-conduct ng investigasyon.
Yes, sir.
So, ang susunod po doon ay pre-charge investigation.
Yes, sir.
So, yun po yung, I think that is the status now.
Yes, sir.
Kasi sinasabi nyo, hindi nag-appear si Attorney Melvin Matibag para subscribe in sworn to niya yung kanyang reklamo.
Yes,
Tama?
sir. Opo, yung po
So-
formal complaint po.
But because of the absence of the complainant, kayo ang naging nominal complainant.
Yes,
Pwede
sir.
talaga yun,
Yes, sir.
yung PNP.
Yes, sir.
Tama.
Tama po, sir.
So, tinuloy nyo yung investigasyon.
Yes, sir. Opo.
Yes, so yun ang tanong ngayon. Ano yung status ng investigasyon na yun? Ganun po ang proseso.
Okay, so before I recognize Congressman Paduano, so at least naklaro, no? Kasi kanina parang naguguluhan ako and now it has been clarified that kayo na yung naging complainant instead na si Attorney Melvin Matibag.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yung klaro yun. Sige, go ahead.
Balikan ko lang muna yung tanong ko. Actually, yun yung process na in-explain, di ba, ni Chairman Acop na kinonfirm, no?
Yes, sir.
Tama.
Opo.
Ang tinatanong kasi is, what is your effort? Kasi may accusation kayo na hindi sumangkot si Atty. Matibag. Di ba? Kaya ngayon, nominal complainant kayo, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Oh, anong effort nyo? Kasi, alam mo naman, magkaiba yon. Yung original complaint, which is Atty. Matibag, at saka naging nominal. Ang tanong ko pa nga, kailan kayo nag-pre-charge? Nag-start.
Nag-start po kami, sir, na ay
21.
May 15, sir.
Oh, May 15.
Yes, sir.
More than a month after the first the date you received the complaint, tama?
Yes, sir.
More
Kasi
than
po,
a month, di ba?
Nag-conduct pa po kami, sir,
1
ng
month.
validation. Yes, sir.
1 month and 10 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before at saka nag-pre-charge kayo.
Yes, sir.
Ang tanong ngayon, anong ginawa nyo? Hindi yung investigation, ha?
Apo.
Your effort to reach out Atty. Matibag. Yun yung tanong ni
Yes, sir.
ni Rep. Matibag eh.
Sir, nagpadala po kami, sir, ng sulat via LBC, sir. sa official address po ni Sir Attorney Matibag, sir.
When?
May 15, sir. May 15, sir.
Oh,
The request.
that was the first letter.
No, sir.
Hindi, May 7,
Email,
May 8,
sir.
May 15. Ay,
But-
hindi. Kung ika-clarify ko lang para to answer yung ano. Kung totoo ito sinasabi mo, ha? May 7,
May 7,
May
sir.
8, and May 15. Is that correct? And the two communication, May 7 and May 8, hindi LBC.
May 13 pala, sir, yung LBC, sir. May 13.
Ah, sige, go ahead.
Kahit na, basta Mayo. May.
Opo, sir.
Oh, from April 5, almost 1 month, to be exact, and 2 days, saka kayo nag-communicate.
Sir, we deploy our detective search nung matanggap namin, sir, nung April 21, sir.
Ang gulo.
Para
Sandali,
April
ang
5, sir.
tinatanong ko, you received the complaint April 5.
April 5, sir.
Tapos, nag-communicate kayo, kaya Tony Matibag, May 7 na.
Nag-communicate po kami, sir, kay Sir Matibag, sir. May 7, sir.
Oh, yun nga eh, more than a
Yes, sir.
month.
Mr.
And 2
Chair,
days.
I want to
Bakit
interject.
ganun katagal?
Hindi ko lang, sir, matandaan yun, sir, yung date, sir. Pero our detective personnel, sir.
Iyo, sandali, matatandaan mo yun kasi may record kayo dapat.
Yes, sir.
Di ba? Pangalawa, pag tinanong kita, kasi May 7 lang ang hawak-hawak mo. Yung first communication was May 7 to LBC, di ba? Tama? First letter mo.
First letter, sir, 7, sir.
Oh,
May
7.
7. Yes, sir.
Oh, then,
May 8, sir.
8, then,
May 13, sir.
13. Submit to this committee yung proof that indeed you have delivered that such communication to Atty. Matibag.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kaya niyo ba?
Yes, sir.
Within the day.
Di ba naman meron kayo
Yes, sir. May...
report that you are holding it? Can you kindly submit to us para at least may copy rin kami dito? Meron pa kayo extra copy? May kopya ba tayo na ganyan, Comsec? Wala kayong kopya na binigay sa amin. You should have given us ahead of time so we can read the issues, no? Anyway, sige, go
Mr.
ahead.
Chair.
Congressman,
Ako lang,
will you allow?
Yes,
Ayo,
yes,
kasi he's leaving. Sige, go ahead, Congressman Paduano.
pakisabot lang po yung proof na indeed nagpadala kayo ng communication with Atty. Matibag, whether residence, office, o whatever.
Yes, sir.
Submit niyo ha.
Yes, sir.
Kung LBC yan, submit niyo.
At saka po yung email, sir. Yung screenshot, sir. In-email po namin, sir, dun sa email address po ni Sir Matibag.
O kasi, pero for the records, that was May 7 and you received the complaint April 5.
Yes,
So
sir.
more than a month.
Yes,
Tama?
sir. Yes, sir.
O ba't ganun katagal? Last ko na yung tanong, ba't ganun katagal?
Sir, during May 5, sir, nag-conduct po muna kami, sir, ng validation, sir.
Hindi,
Yung-
May 5, April 5.
April 5, sir.
Oo.
We conducted validation, sir. Tama po yung kinonsor ni Sir Akop kanina, sir. April 5, sir, after na-receive namin yung complaint, sir, nag-conduct po kami, sir, ng validation. And the result of validation, sir, ay May 4, sir. May 4. Pinasa na po namin kay Chief PNP po yung result of validation, sir, at action taken.
Ano yung 21?
Opo, sir.
Is the April 21 is the nag-conduct kayo ng investigation?
Opo, sir. April 21, may result na po yung aming validation.
Ng validation?
Opo, sir.
Oo, para doon sa pre-investigation?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Sige, medyo na nakukuha ko na. So, and then, you communicated with Attorney Melvin Matibag noong May 7, May 8, and May 13.
Yes, sir. Opo.
Were you able to get a reply?
Wala, sir.
I think the good, andito si Congresswoman Ann Matibag.
Yes, Mr. Chair, but before that, I want to stress lang po, from the dates given by the R7, they started sending communication May 7. But I just want to stress lang po, if this would help the committee, I delivered my privileged speech May 6, 2024. So, I just want to propound on that lang, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, since they've been mentioning Attorney Melvin Matibag, Mr. Chair, may we request that Attorney Melvin Matibag be the resource person and the lawyer of Kapitan Junin yon actually be invited here in the body?